Here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation and we are the United States of the world and on a mission to banish poverty. As the United States of the world, we welcome citizens from every location, every continent, country, colour, class, creed, gender, financial status, educational level, height, weight, any of those superficial things that people pigeonhole people with, we don't bother with because we only see people as human beings, part of one big family of humanity. We recognize that every human being is unique, so has something unique to offer our community, and therefore is of equal value to every other member of our community. I told you we're an emerging nation. We've been around for about 3.5 years, putting in some really solid foundations because we plan to be here for generations, not just a few weeks, months, years, generations. And we're now in a position where we're starting to build our economy, generate more income, strengthen our liquidity and value of our currency, and this will benefit all our members. We should also be streaming this live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. I'll be heading over there in a moment because that is where we see most of the comments. We do see comments in the app that I'm in now at the moment, but we don't see any names. We can't tell who they are from Facebook, and that's where we get most of the interaction. We do also see comments here from Twitch and from YouTube, and I see we've got Lewis in at the top of the comments list on YouTube. We've got Deborah in as well on YouTube, just behind Lewis. Lewis is from Portugal and Deborah is from the United States. But I'm heading over now to Facebook. Just to let you know, I'm in the UK. I'm in Cornwall in the UK, and it's been a wet day today. Not very heavy rainfall, but it's been fairly persistent all day. Sometimes very, very light, but it's been around for most of the day. So let me get to Facebook. I want to make sure my speakers are off because when we go into Facebook, it can cause feedback. And now I'm looking for We Share Abundance Publicly group. And I'll be looking for the 2nd of October. It'll be Christmas before you know it. If I click to expand, I think we're in, yeah, that's the second. Click to expand, we should get the content that we do. And we have Bozina in from the capital of Scotland, Edinburgh. Norman from Doncaster in the UK. And Richard from Devon in the UK. Not very far from me, so he's probably had to shelter from the rain as well. Maybe in some local hostelry. Right. We will be getting started in a moment with a short prayer. And the purpose of that prayer is to help us find true success in life. How do we measure success? Through happiness. Everybody wants to be happy. Okay? It's no good having all the money in the world if you're still not happy. And there are a lot of people like that. Still searching for something. What is it I need now? I've got all these houses and I've got cars and I've got all this power. What else do I need? They need happiness. They need that joy that's within. And that can only be found through loving service to others. And the great thing about that is when you make loving service to others your goal, the more service you offer to the more people, the more you'll find that you have that happiness within you. And almost miraculously, everything that you want and need in life will start flowing towards you. Right, let me have a quick sip and then we'll have that little prayer. Thank you. And then we'll follow that with a Another short affirmation to help us maintain our non-separatist ideology, rid ourselves of any prejudices that we may have picked up along life's path. We don't want them. Let's shake them off, okay? So here we go. First of all, with the prayer and then the affirmation. And then we'll get into the business element. We'll get into what the updates are, what we're doing, how we're progressing or not, whatever the case may be, what we have plans for, and everything else. So, dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love. And through that love, bless each member that they find the joy of service. Through service, attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their life. Amen. And the affirmation we have goes like this. We're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leader. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay. Right, nobody else in. Let's just check and see in. Oops. Alexa, stop. That's probably the most expensive kitchen timer you will ever hear. Somebody gave it to us as a Christmas present a couple of years ago, and all we use it for is for timing. It's called Alexa. It's a Google thing. I don't know what it's supposed to do really, but that's what we use it for. It's just a kitchen timer in our house. Okay. I think Laura is getting the banana bread out of the oven. So hopefully it'll be a lovely light banana bread. Okay. Where are we up to with We Share Abundance? Let me go to the Skype from Deviani. She always sends me an update at the end of the day. And she's been working on the buying of ShareHope tokens with either a card or a cryptocurrency. And she says it's going to take about 3 or 4 days. So it's going to take probably to the end of this week by the time we've got it done and tested and everything else. That will complement the fact that you can sell your crypto through our exchange as well. So you'll be able to buy and sell ShareHope tokens in our exchange, and it will be free of any fees charged by us. Unfortunately, we will have to charge fees that cover the fees that we're charged. So if you pay by a card, I think it's I did have it written down somewhere. Anyway, it's a percentage plus I think 30 cents for every card transaction. And if you pay by crypto, it's a percentage plus 20 cents for every transaction. And we're going to have to pass those on to you because we're not going to charge any other fees. There will be a margin between the price that you sell at and the price that you buy at, but that will only be 1%, 1.05% actually. And that margin will just get shunted into a special account for charitable work. Okay, so that's what is our current main objective on our development side. We have Mac doing the link between the blockchain and our exchange. So it will mean that it's all automatic to transfer to the blockchain, either in or out. But if you choose to transfer within our exchange, that's an internal transaction, and that will not be a blockchain transaction. You will get a code for it, but it will be an internal code. And most of the exchanges work in the same way, whether it's Nexo or Binance, or I presume Coin Payments. I've not been in Coin Payments for so long that I don't really know, but those are internal transactions, and they'll be instant, or pretty much instant, because it's just switching from one to the other. We will do the internal transactions, and then those will be totally free of any charges, because an internal transaction, we don't have any outside fees to pay. So if you've got $100, $500, $1,000, $10, or whatever it may be in ShareHook tokens, you can transfer it instantly into Tether, and then you can withdraw it from the exchange into your wallet automatically. Similarly, if you've uploaded Tether and you want to buy ShareHook tokens, you will be able to do that. But if you are actually paying using a crypto, rather than just uploading a value that for exchange, if you don't have USDT or Bitcoin or whatever else we accept, but you want to buy the tokens and then you pay with a card, it will necessarily incur a fee. And if you're not just doing a straight upload from your wallet, if you're paying, for example, by Coin Payments or Now Payments, that does include it. That does we do get charged a fee, and so we have to pass that on. But if it's just an upload from your wallet, if you've got $10 in Tether in your wallet and you upload that into your wallet in our exchange, there's no fee involved in that, and that $10 can be changed directly with no fee into ShareHook tokens. I hope I've explained that. I got a bit confused myself along the way. Okay. But Max is doing the link from the exchange into the blockchain, and we're hoping he'll be finished with that this week, because if he's not, we can't complete the functions of our end. It needs interlocking. So that's what we're on at the moment, and that is our priority, to get that internal exchange and get it linked to the blockchain, because then we can automate all payments out, commissions, income from staking, everything can then be just automated. Okay, it will take a little bit of time to implement, a few days perhaps for each particular function, but we'll get it all automated. Once it's automated, then it's lickety split, it's job done. Okay, so that is the main focus at the moment. ROI tips I've not heard from. I'm going to just check now, because if I do hear, it's about now. But there's nothing coming, so I'll be chasing them up yet again for a progress report. They wanted to start the campaign. When was it? I don't know. I've lost track of time with them, actually. I think about 10 days ago. but the leads were coming in at crazy prices. You know, we can't afford to buy leads at 8, 9, $10 because we don't have the funds to get the necessary people through. We've got to get them at what they promised. They said they could get them at $3 to $5. In fact, they said sometimes it's $1. Okay, $1 I didn't expect. I am a realist, if nothing else, but I do expect them to get them for $5. If it's less than five, I'm happy. If it's five, I'm happy. But if it's six, seven, eight, I'm not happy. We can't run the campaign at those levels. And so they've had to go back to the drawing board, and I keep pushing them for more information, and um, it's a frustrating process, but it is what it is, and we have to go with it because we couldn't run the campaign on our own. I don't have the expertise, and I'm not sure that anybody else does. Running Facebook ads is fraught with difficulty, and it never gets any easier. Okay, so there you go. I see we've also got Kingsley in from Manchester, UK, and we've got Rose, excuse me, Rosemary John. Um, and I can't remember where you're from, Rosemary. I should remember, but I don't. I apologise. So if you can let people know where you're from, it's always nice for everybody to see that we've got people all over the world. Rose is asking, will withdrawal be automatic into our MetaMask, or we have to apply for withdrawal? Um, Withdrawals will automatically go into your available cash wallet. Once they're in your available cash wallet, you can do what you want with them. You can use them internally, or you can send them into the exchange. In the exchange, you can change the ShareHope tokens into Tether or not, as you choose. But you can then export them just at the click of a button into your wallet in whatever form you choose. You know, let's put it this way: let's suppose you've got $100 commission. Boom, it goes into your available cash wallet. You might want to spend $5 of it on an ad pack. So you spend $5 on an ad pack, and you want the other $95 in your bank account. So what you do is you spend your $5, you got your 95 left, you send your 95 out into the exchange, and if you want it in your bank account, you're going to want to have it in Tether because that is a lot easier to get into your bank account than pretty much anything else. So your 95 goes into the exchange, it goes into your account in the exchange. It's automatically set up, you don't have to set this up. But your account in the exchange, which only you have access to, will then have that $95 in it. If you want to withdraw it to your wallet, you click a button, withdraw to your wallet, and you will get an option. Do you want to withdraw in USDT or in ShareHope? Select whichever you want, probably USDT, click on that, and boom, it's into your wallet. That's how it works. Okay. I hope that's answered it. It sounds like a long process, but it's not really. And it gives you the opportunity at every stage to do whatever you choose with it. I say at every stage. There's only it's in your available cash wallet. You can either spend it or withdraw it, or you can leave it there if you want. But um, then it's into the exchange, and you can swap it or send it out as it is. It's up to you. So it sounded a lot, but it's really a very simple and quick process. But you're in control of it all the time. Okay. But there's no manual operation from our side. You know, you don't have to wait for us to do anything manually. Once you select withdraw, boom, it's gone into your wallet. Okay, thanks for the question. It's a good question, and I'm sure a lot of people would probably be interested in that question um, and hopefully understood the answer. Okay. Once we've got this out of the way, at least half of our resources are freed up. I don't know how long it's going to take ROI Tips to get that sorted, but once that is running as well, that's even better. But once we get just one of them sorted out and running, we can then move on to the Fund Miracles, get that going. The sooner we get that going, the better, because it will take time for that to start generating serious income. But the income that it generates, when I'm talking about serious, I'm talking serious income. It's going to put hundreds of thousands of dollars into our treasury, and that can only benefit all the members because it's there to provide liquidity for your tokens. So it is important that we get that one going. There is also what we want to work on, but we'll do it one at a time. We don't want more than 2 major projects at a time. I mean, there are lots of little bits and pieces as well that we need to stitch in between things, but I'm talking about major projects now, and that's the 2 we have at the moment. Once one of them's gone, the first one in is Fund Miracles. Once the other one's gone, the next thing in is the WISA token and the Multiply WISA website. And so those are the 2 sort of follow-up major plans. We've got lots of other things planned as well. And one thing I'm thinking about, don't think you can do a poll in this, can you? But one thing I'm thinking about is running a members raffle. And this is going to be a forerunner of something because I've been investigating with the authorities in here in the UK of what we can and can't do. But I need to know how practical what I'm suggesting is, and so we'll do a few trial raffles. Well, we'll do them if they work. We'll just keep doing them. But what I'm looking at first of all to try, and it's also the breakdown is it'll just be $1 for a raffle ticket, and we will run them. I would like to run them every week, but we'll see what happens with the first one. We will give a $100 prize. It's only one prize. It's a $1 a ticket. You put your dollar in, and if your number comes out of the hat, you get $100. Obviously, to make that viable, we have to sell over 100 tickets, because what I'm proposing is 25% of the ticket sale will go to your sponsor. So if you sponsor Mary, then Mary buys a raffle ticket, she pays $1, you get 25 cents into your available cash wallet straight away. So that's 25 cents of it gone. I'm looking at another 25 cents for charity. I would like us to be able to make enough to give 25 cents to charity. So if we make enough to generate the $100, which would be another 25 cents, So we'd need to sell 400 tickets to get $400 in, pay $100 in commission, $100 raffle prize, $100 for charity, and then we could have lists of charities. We could have people suggesting charities and vote on the charity that got paid this week. I would like the first one to be Joey's Boxer Rescue, which is where we got £5 from. I don't know where he's gone, but Cody came from the Boxer Rescue, Joey's Boxer Rescue. And you'll see him wandering about from time to time, but I'm not quite sure where he went to. He's usually here by me on the sofa. So I would like the first $100 to go there, but after that first $100, we can get suggestions from participants, and we can vote on it, and they can the next $100 can go somewhere else. So, and then there'd be $100 if we sell 400 tickets that would go into our treasury to help our liquidity pools for all our members. So that's something that I'm thinking of having a go at. If we sold, well, I think what I'd do initially anyway is I'd cap it at 400 tickets. But if we found we could sell 400 tickets regularly, then we could say, okay, we can sell 400 tickets. Let's sell 500 tickets, and we put the prize money up. You know, maybe if we sold 500 tickets, we could juggle the percentages, or we could keep the percentages the same, and the prize money would go to $125. So we'd have a cap on the tickets, but the price would be guaranteed. So if we run one, the first one we run, let's suppose we only sold 10 tickets, we would have $7.50 coming in, because $2.50 would automatically be paid out as commissions. So we'd have $7.50 coming in, but we would still have to pay that guaranteed $100 prize, because it would only be right to do what we said we would do. You know, that if it's the price for $100, that's it. So we'd be running at a loss. We could do that for 2 or 3 times to just see if there is enough interest to get to a point where we can get that 400 ticket sales. And if we can do that on a regular basis, then it's a bit of fun for everybody on a weekly basis, and somebody's going to get the boost of a little bit of extra income for a very small risk, if you like. And of course, if somebody has a number of people in their network and they get them all to sell tickets, you can make a little bit of money that way as well. You know, you sell 10 tickets to your downline, you made $2.50. If it all works, and it does work, and this is why we can do this internally without any problem, because it is a membership plan within our community. It's not soliciting funds from outside or anything like that. But what I've been investigating with the authorities here is whether we could go beyond that. And we can, but we have to know it's viable first. So if the members don't support it, then why would anybody else? So if we've got the members supporting it, and we can have figures and show somebody won, we won't disclose names. I think that is something that we are not allowed to do. I'm not sure if you can opt to have your name disclosed or not, but generally speaking, you're not supposed to disclose the winner, from what I've been finding out. But we can say, you know, RMJ, $100 this week from Madagascar. Okay, something like that, and we can put these up, and then if we get to that stage where that is happening and we are generating some interest and income and having a bit of fun, it's another thing that we can put out on the mall, and we can sell the tickets through the mall. There are some stipulations that we would have to do, but it is possible to do it. And so, once again, you'd be able to go out and advertise our raffle. And by the time we get it onto the mall, hopefully we'd be able to have bigger prizes. I think the maximum we can do without getting into real depth is $500. Well, $500 for a $1 ticket's not bad, is it? We can go above that, but we get into sort of second tier of obligation, which may be worthwhile in the long run. But initially, we'd be working on getting it up to that $500 level. And I'm not quite sure whether that's total prize money or whether we could do a $500 prize and a $300 and a $200, for example, if we could sell sufficient tickets to make it all work. So that's something I'm looking at, and we'll probably have a go at getting something out on those lines by this weekend, this coming weekend, where we'll be able to test the water with it amongst our members. As I say, there's no problem with us doing that within our own community as a sort of membership thing. It's just a bit of fun for the members. But once we put it on the mall, then we have to comply with more regulations. Okay. So I'm thinking of ways we can get that started this weekend. We'll give it a try. We're prepared to finance it for $100 for 2, 3, 4 weeks to see if we can actually get it to a point where we can cover the costs. We would, of course, pay the commissions first and then pay the prize money second. So we actually only need to sell 200 tickets, because if we sell 200 tickets, that $200 we'd have paid out. I don't think we'd have paid out $50. We don't even need to sell 200 tickets, do we? To sort of get to that break-even point. And then once we've passed that break-even point, we'll try and get to the other 25%, if you like. But it would be more percentage if we don't hit the 400. Don't know whether I made that clear either, but but that's something we have. We have almost, and I say almost, completed the secondary stakes. We got more of them done today, the withdrawals, but the withdrawals for this month for stable stake and secondary stake, I want to go out automatically. And I'm hoping that will be done by the end of this week or very early next week. So I'm not going to do them manually. We're putting that system in. So this week's payments will be done on the automated system. Where are we? Second. We should get them out and done by the 10th, which is been our target manually. We've not got anywhere near that with the secondary stakes this last month, for various reasons, not just for the volume. But once we've got that automated in, it's just a case of being able to transfer all the funds into our account in MetaMask to fund the withdrawals, and that will be automated and in the same way as everything else, commission, withdrawals from the shareholder plan and everything. We're looking at probably another week, which would be the 9th. Hopefully we can get it all done and paid by the 10th. I've got to get the funds out of Binance as well, though, which is may provide a little bit of an obstacle. But we'll see how we go on. Okay. Numbers. Let's do some numbers while I have a think and see if there's anything else I wanted to mention. That I'm sure there's something else, but I can't think what it is at the moment. Oh, I know it's yeah. I'll get to it. But for the last 24 hours, we had a net decrease of 7 in our registered members to 40,549. An increase of 7 in our active members to 4,097. And multiply with no change in anything. So that's very easy. I mean, we did get a few cents for logging in to Multiply Weezer from the revenue share, but that is it wasn't enough to move us up to the next dollar. The other thing is I've been a little bit disappointed with the response to the two things I've got to mention. But the first thing I was going to say, a little bit disappointed with the response to this saving a child thing, because I think it is something that we should get behind. I know that it's a commitment of $13 a month if you become a paid member, but you don't have to be a paid member. You can register free, promote your link, and get the word out about what's going on, and help the good work that's been done by the film, the Sound of Freedom, and support the knowledge of what's going on in a financial way. You know, we're looking at less than 45 cents a day. What can you buy for 45 cents today? I don't know. Nothing. I was wondering what you could buy for 50 pence here in the UK. And there isn't much that in fact, I've not been able to think of anything that I could go out and say, okay, 50 pence, I'll go and buy. You mean you can't even buy a little block of chocolate or something, you know, I don't know what you can get for 50 pence nowadays. But it's about 41, I think, 94. It's about 43, say, a little over 43, 44 cents a day, $12.99 a month. And some of it goes into paying the commission structure, and the rest goes out into paying for the charities that are helping fight this terrible trafficking of kids and even up to teenagers. So I'd like you all to get behind it. Even if it's as a free member, you don't have to commit to that $12.99 unless you want to and you can feel you can comfortably afford that every month. It's not a lot of money, but I know it's for some people, okay? But you can get your affiliate link and post it around places. And I'm not sure whether you can earn anything as a free member or you have to upgrade to be able to earn anything. I don't know. I've not looked into the pay plan. I'm not really interested in the pay plan. I'm interested in getting the word out. And so free members can do that. Possibly you can earn something from it as well. I don't know. You'd have to check on that yourself once you register. But you can register free, get in there free, and promote your link and build your team. Uh, and that is spreading the word, and that is helping in a big way, even if you don't get involved financially. On the financial side, what I would say is that if you are not tithing, you're showing a lack of faith in your ability to generate the income you need. Tithing, what is tithing? It's taking 10% of whatever is coming in and giving it away. And it doesn't matter where you give it to, as long as you give it without any sort of reward. I'm not talking about giving it as spends to your kids or something like that. Give it to your church, give it some local charity, give it to a different charity each month. You may only have a crust of bread, break a tenth off and give it to the birds. And you will find that it will start you thinking along lines of greater prosperity. The fact that you're able to do it, treat it as a tax, something that you have to pay. Treat it as the same way as you pay your rent or your electricity bill or whatever else it is. Take that 10% and it's gone, boom. And you'll find that it will more than come back to you. I know you may think that's crazy, but it will. And you've got to have faith. There is, let me, there you are. Let me read you a passage. My dog, you can't see him, but he's down on his bed at the base of the stairs there. Usually he's over here. Okay. Oh, I've got the wrong book. Here we go. I've read this out many times before. I read this every day, at least once a day. It's from the Ocean of Abundance. And it says, just as all power lies in his will, so all spiritual and material gifts flow from his boundless abundance. In order to receive his gift, you must eradicate from your mind all thoughts of limitation and poverty. Universal mind is perfect and knows no lack. To reach that never-failing supply, you must maintain a consciousness of abundance, even when you don't know where the next dollar is coming from. You should refuse to be apprehensive. When you do your part and rely on God to do his, you'll find that mysterious forces come to your aid and that your constructive wishes soon materialize. And that is having faith in that if you are tithing, okay? And as I say, it doesn't matter where it goes to as long as it's not for personal benefit. It's just something that you say, okay, I'm going to give that away. You can do it anonymously, is even better. It goes somewhere, and you'll find that you're going to have to tithe more and more and more because you're tithing 10%, and the more you give, you're going to find it's replaced by more that you're giving. So you have to keep upping the ante, if you like. If you've got $100 a week coming in, you start off with tithing $10 a week. and you find that all of a sudden you've got $150 coming in. So your tithing goes up to $15 a week. Then you got $200 a week coming in, and your tithing goes up to $20. So that's how it works. But you've got to have that faith. You've got to do your part. If you do your part, God will do His. Okay, the other thing I wanted to tell you about, I'm also disappointed in, is the response we've got from our solo ads. It's been very, very poor, and I'm not quite sure why, but it is so poor that it is ridiculous. And the last campaign I ran, which was for that turning a dollar into $4, which is quite viable. But I was going to run more campaigns and find out what went wrong, but I just never got the time to do it. But that it was really, really bad results as well. So bad, that they're unbelievable. And I'm not sure why, but I want to put them through a different autoresponder. I've been using AIOP, and I used it for the other one, the one in 4. I've used AIOP in the past, and it's been okay. But I am spending time, and it is time because it's a pain to build in GetResponse, and I'm going to build that email capture page on GetResponse, and I'm going to run some more solo ads to it on GetResponse and see what results we get there, because that is the first step of trying to find out why the results are so bad. I know with AIOP, people have to jump through hurdles a little bit to get onto the list. It's uh, double verification, and then they have to put in a code to prove the human as well. It is a bit restrictive, and the more obstacles you put in people's way, the less likely you are to get them to register. But the results are so bad, and I can't believe it's the solo ad providers because I've tried different ones. The So I'm going to run a campaign. I'm not going to take any more co-ops until I get better results. We've got a few opt-ins, but they are so few that somebody told me that they only got this level of opt-in, and I said, well, you're doing something really wrong. I don't know what it is. So I've got to get to the bottom of it. And once I get to the bottom of it, then I'll run more co-ops. I've got to get that web page set up, and I spent, you won't believe it probably, but I spent about 3 hours on it today with their support people. All I want is a simple page like the one that I set up in AOP. It took me 10 or 15 minutes. But I'll get it done because I need to get it done because I need to test another solo ad using GetResponse with no double opt-in. They enter the name and email, and boom, they're in. And see what the difference is. I can't believe that our squeeze page is so bad. And I have modified it a little bit as well, to try and get a better response, and we're just getting nowhere with it. So I want to test that squeeze page, and if I'll also set up another one so I've got the ability to do it, and then we can split test, A/B split test, and see what's happening with with these opt-ins, because to get less than 25% opt-in is really poor, and we're getting less than 5% opt-ins, a lot less. I don't know what the percentage is. It's probably 1%, I think. So it's just crazy low. So that's what's happening with that. I need to get to the bottom of it. I've got a feeling that the deadline for getting into the pool, the $50 million pool, is going to be extended. Only based on what I've heard from Dave on the webinars. I've not got any inside information on it or anything. I've not had time to talk with him. But I've got a feeling that the deadline is going to be extended. I don't know why they've ever even got one, actually, but anyway, there we are. We will persevere with that as well. I've given you the numbers. I've talked about that and that. I think that's covered it. How do I withdraw from my available cash wallet? You can't at the moment, Rosemary or Rosemary. You can't until we have that exchange page completed. It'll be a week. Okay. If you're desperate for cash, there is a form that was sent out. If you look through your message, oh, it's probably been deleted. If you deleted your message, there was a form sent out to everybody, which availed manual withdrawal while we're getting the system sorted out. If you're desperate for the cash, I'll send it out again to people that have withdrawals available. I'm not going to send it out to everybody again, because we get clowns putting in requests for thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, sometimes only tens of dollars, and they've got nothing in to withdraw. So it just wastes time. But I will get an email sent out to people if you want a manual one. Okay. And let's have a look in the app. We got Isabella in. Not sure where from, but we're doing great here, Isabella. Thank you. Lovely to have you. It's always nice if people can say where they're from. We got anybody else in? Any questions? I'm going through. Nope. No more questions. No more people in. So that is it for today. I'll be back here, same time, same place tomorrow, 7 p.m. London time, on YouTube, Twitch, in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. Until then, get out there, be WISA warriors, share some love and abundance. Soap coupons, general, share hope, opportunity to people. Share your link in that Saving Children page. You don't have to pay anything. You can register free. You get your link. Get it out there. Share it. Get as much exposure as we can to that. It's a real good cause. If you want to get involved financially, fine. If you don't, fine. But it is only $13 a month, and I've not looked at the compensation plan. I'll be honest with you. But they say what everybody says. It's a really good plan. It might be. I don't know. Okay, you might make a lot of money. But until tomorrow, get out there, be WISA warriors, go the extra mile, share some love and abundance. And I'll see you later, alligator. In a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. See you later, alligator. Come on. In a wild crocodile. Woo!